What's up, Hambone here, and this is a video I meant to do a while ago, but I figured with the launch of the next generation consoles coming up, starting with this Friday with the PlayStation 4, I might as well give my opinions as to why I'm going with the PlayStation 4 over the Xbox One at launch, and why I might not ever potentially pick up an Xbox One. So, I guess I'll start off by saying that when I look at a gaming console, what really comes down to it is the exclusive games for it. I don't care about the media features, I don't care about the power of the console, in all honesty. I look at the exclusive games for that said console, and I go, well, do I want to play this? Do I want to play these? And I want to go ahead and say that looking at the launch lineups for both consoles, I am kind of disappointed with the launch lineups. On the Xbox One side, they got Dead Rising 3, and I'm not a Dead Rising fan at all. I've always thought those games were kind of boring. It's got Forza 5. I'm not a Forza fan. We've got Killer Instinct. I like fighting games, and I like the model that Killer Instinct is using, but it's not a game that makes me go, I want to get an Xbox One just to play this. And then there's Rise, which looks like, and from what I've heard from hands-on reviews, is one of the most boring games to play ever. So that game does not interest me at all. And so at launch, those are I guess you would say, are the four big launch lineup games for the Xbox One. I'm not interested in any of them. Then I jump over to the PlayStation 4. It's got Killzone Shadowfall. Killzone Shadowfall. I got it. I'm excited to play it just because I think it's going to be the benchmark of games to come on the next-gen consoles, because it is really the only true next-gen game as far as everything is concerned coming out right now. For the consoles, it is the only game that is native 1080p and runs at 60 frames per second. No other game does that as far as next-gen is concerned right now, aside from this one. So I think it's going to be a good benchmark as far as graphics are concerned and as gameplay is concerned for the next gen console. That's why I really picked it up more than anything. Then there's Knack. The only reason I'm slightly interested in Knack, and why I think it's going to be hopefully at least a fun game to play, maybe not an amazing game to play, I don't think it'll be amazing to play at all, is because the creative lead on it is Mark Cerny. Mark Cerny has worked on some of my favorite game series of all time: Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. He's worked on all of those, and Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank are without a doubt in my top 5 favorite game series of all time. So I'm just excited to play that game from that standpoint. But if Mark Cerny wasn't on the project, I wouldn't care to play that game at all. And let me get a sip of water because my throat is really dry tonight. And then they got Resogun, which is a PSN title, and it's gonna be a free game with PlayStation Plus. So I'm definitely gonna download it and play it. And I think I might actually put a decent amount of gameplay time into it, but it's not something that I would have said I was excited for to buy the console to play. I mean, it looks interesting, but I'm not super excited to play it. And then there's all the free-to-play games, and I don't feel like giving my opinions on those. Some of those I am actually really excited for, like PlanetSide 2 and Warframe, but they're not solely exclusive to said console. So with those out of the way, the launch lineups I feel are pretty weak, and as far as exclusives are concerned. And then I look to the future of these consoles, and I'll start with the Xbox One. It has Titanfall, but Titanfall isn't actually exclusive to the Xbox One. It's going to be made available on the PC, and it's going to be made available on the 360. So if I really, really want to play that game, I'll get it for my PC or the 360. Unless the experience on the Xbox One is just that much better than the PC or the 360, I see no reason to get an Xbox One for that game, because I can get it on my PC or my 360. So then there's a game that it's probably the thing that I'm most excited for about the Xbox One, and that's Project Spark. But Project Sparked is also available on the PC and the 360. Given you do have to have Windows 8 to play it on the PC, and I run Windows 7, but I can get it from my 360 unless that game is just an absolute better experience on the Xbox One. But you're supposed to be able to play cross-platform with it, so I don't think the experience would be that much better for that game. And then the only other game right now that kind of excites me for the Xbox One is a game that I haven't even seen gameplay for because they haven't released any. And the only reason I'm excited for this game is because of the developer, and that's Sunset Overdrive. It's being developed by Insomniac Games, which is Ratchet and Clank, Spyro the Dragon, and the trailer for it looked amazing. It may look like the game's going to be fun, but I can't give a real opinion on whether or not that game's going to be something I want to play until I actually see gameplay of it. So, and of course there is Halo, but I'm not a Halo fan. I don't hate the games, just not a huge fan of them. And so there really just isn't anything for the Xbox One that makes me go, I want to pick this up. That's coming out for it. And then we jump over to the PlayStation 4. And starting off right away, there is Sucker Punch's Infamous Second Son. I'm a huge Infamous fan. I loved the second game. I actually have never played the first one, but I liked the second one so much that I have no reason not to pick up Second Son. The game looks really fun, and they actually allowed people to play it just recently. I think it was today or maybe yesterday, and all the people who have had their hands on with it have said the game is extremely fun to play. And I think one person said the game plays as fun as it looks. So that's something that I'm really excited for. But then, there's Deep Down, but that's as right now that's only going to be available in Japan. And then I look around and it's like, all right, what else is there for the PlayStation 4? And that's probably what you're thinking right now. What else is there to make me excited for the PlayStation 4? And the answer to that is, and this might be where a little bit of my bias starts poking up, but the studios that haven't announced anything yet get me excited for Sony. Santa Monica Studios, they made the God of War Ascension game. They could make another God of War game. They could make maybe a God of War game that's set in like Egypt or something. That would be fucking sweet. Hope they do that. But then there's Media Molecule. The Little Big Planet guys, Tearaway. They are creative as I don't know what, and whatever they make is going to have to be fun, I feel. I don't think they can make a game that isn't fun. And then, of course, the last one is, of course, the big dog. Big dog, is Naughty Dog. And, Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, Uncharted series, The Last of Us. I mean, just home run series one after another. And while I am on the topic of Naughty Dog, they the 14th this week, they will be showing off their single player DLC for The Last of Us at the PlayStation 4 Countdown event. So that's pretty cool. And it's supposedly supposed to be showing off their next gen game, which is supposedly supposed to be Uncharted 4, which I am fine with because I love the Uncharted series. So I look at what the PlayStation 4 has the potential to have on it, and it just gets me excited, and it is the main reason that I've decided to go with the PlayStation 4 at launch for these next gen consoles. So that's really what it comes down to for me is those studios. And I might be kind of foolish to put my faith in people who haven't even announced anything, but they've shown what they can do in the past, and I have faith in them. So yeah, not that I hate the Xbox One, it's just that I don't think it is anything that really interests me right now. So yeah, Team PS4.